everybody, Derek Palaki here. We welcome you back for our second edition of Coach's Clipboard. We're back with Sul Ross head football coach John Pierce. Coach, thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule again.
Good morning, yep.
Let's get into it. Not the result you were looking for, a 42-20 loss to Arizona Christian, the Firestorm in Phoenix. First and foremost, I want your overall first impressions and takeaways from the game and from the team so far.
Obviously it wasn't a good day. But when you got back and looked at the film, we're close. We're heading in the right direction. You know, our whole secondary were freshmen. They got exposed a little bit. I think if we had a true preseason scrimmage, the game of the speed, everything we talked about last week, you know, the speed of the game was a little bit fast early. We got down at one point. We made it 20. It was 28-13. I was feeling pretty good. You know, we kicked off. They're in their territory. It's 3rd and long, and they hit a big pass again, and that kind of put the nail in the coffin. I felt. But you know, like I said, a lot of the bright sides. I thought the D-line played really well. But you know, we're going to grow each week with this program. You know, we got so many new faces and so many freshmen playing. You know, and I told them, hey, you're not freshmen anymore. You're grown up now. Yeah. You know, you're a college football player, and we just got to keep working and just keep building this thing up.
Not to look at a negative, but it seemed like in my opinion, the biggest problem was the pass defense, the secondary,
right.
Too many big plays.
Right.
You bring it closer, and then there was that one where they took the kickoff all the way back.
Right. Well,
penalty saved you guys,
right.
But then 2-3 plays later, 75-yard pass, and there it is.
Right, exactly. You know, and some of it looks like it's the DB's fault, but it could be the underneath guys not rerouting. And we didn't tackle well. You know, I think totally we had 16 missed tackles, and you're not going to win football games with that many missed tackles. My Okie backer had 6 missed tackles alone. So that's not good. So that's what we worked on this week, trying to become a better football team, fundamentals and tackling and, you know how to line up correctly, you know, inside leverage, outside leverage, all that stuff is important. People don't realize that, you know, but that's why we get paid to coach and try to get them in that right spot.
Now, positive is you played clean football, only 3 penalties for 25 yards, no turnovers. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there was a lot of bright spots in the game, but we just got to clean it up.
Fabian Baeza, he threw a lot. 17 for 36, 191 yards, had a touchdown, had a rushing touchdown. Did he do enough in that first game to give him the start against Mary Hardin-Baylor?
Yeah, I think he can manage the offense. You know, and I thought the offense felt more comfortable with him under center. And, you know, he had a touchdown pass drop. You know, we had an interception. You know, we had a touchdown pass drop. We had an interception. We followed the 4, and our offense couldn't punch it in. We had to kick a field goal. But if you know, it could have been a 14-14 game right there. So and anything can happen once you tie it up. So, but I think Fabian is the guy right now. You know, but Paul's still going to get reps and still be ready to go.
You got a rookie quarterback getting his first start last week. He throws 36 passes. Was that a result of the running game early, or the fact that you guys were down early that he had to throw so much?
Both, and what they give us too. So,
right.
But you know.
But you got to be happy with Baeza stepping in there again as a rookie quarterback. I mean, you're really throwing the guy into the fire. He's coming into the footsteps of James Davis and what he left the program as. How would you grade him as a whole?
I'd give him a C+ right now, you know, because he did miss some reads. You know, we had another 4th down play, and he scrambled out and missed the backside receiver. But, you know, like we talked in our interview the other day, James Davis missed those plays too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just a growing process, understanding the whole system. But I'm real pleased where he's at right now.
No receiver had over 4 receptions, but Marcus Montez, who we highlighted last week, 4 receptions, 73 yards, a touchdown, one of which for 40 yards, his long of the day. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, he can play, and like I said, he's going to keep growing. You know, all these guys are going to grow into being a good football team. Defensively,
again, as a mobile quarterback with Adam Abatacola, which was a mouthful to say, and the broadcasters did a good job with that over at ACU. He was a mobile quarterback as well, a lefty, a southpaw as well. He had a good day out there on the run and with the arm. When you're defensively young and you have to guard an athlete, or defend an athlete, I should say, like Abatacola, who can run and pass, that's got to be double tough to.
I mean, it's hard, but, you know, we talked about assignment football. We knew they were going to run some read zone option. He had a big run, I don't know, 36, 38 yards, something to that number. And but we missed tackles on that. You know, we had him dead in the right. It should have been maybe a 5-yard gain, but you missed a tackle and the kid broke it out. You know, and their scholarship. I'm sure he's on scholarship. If I was at an NAIA program, I would have my quarterback on scholarship. So that's what he's supposed to do.
Did you know much about his game before you got there?
Not a lot. You know, we just saw a little bit of mop-up duty. You know, they had a senior quarterback last year who was really good, who played us 2 years ago, and but they didn't out-coach us, or they out-coached us on one play, the fake punt. They definitely got us on that. That's why I took the hit for that. But we knew what they were going to do offensively. You know, we just, I thought we contained them. It just, just the pass defense kind of give up some big plays here and there that we're going to work on to clean up. Besides
that one kick that went for a touchdown but got called back because of the penalty, special teams-wise, kicker, 2 for 2.
Yeah. Our freshman kicker made the extra points, and he made the 2 field goals. And our kickoffs weren't bad. A little early, I think. We used Jaden as our kickoff guy, and Julio was our field goal guy. But Jaden was a little nervous, should be, and he kind of got under the ball. But then he kicked one in the end zone. That's where we want the ball. Ratana did a good job punting. He shanked one. It didn't really kill him, but it definitely hurt his average. His average was 38, and our goal for punting is over 35. So if we get above that, I'm happy.
Other names we didn't mention that stuck out to you after game one?
I thought Ronan had a good game. The D-line, Finney Milligan, he had a really good game. He was Defensive Player of the Week. Will Greer, ran the ball hard. He didn't have a ton of yards, but he's physical. He's going 100%. Byron's been nicked up, but he played in the first half, which was good to see him out there. So, we're moving forward. I just wish we had like I said, a preseason game where the red and white games are good, but we know each other so much from camp. You don't get the true speed of the game when you do a red and white game.
It's got to be tough when you can't play another team that doesn't know you. You don't know them, so you don't know what to expect.
Exactly.
Again, you know your guys and scout team all-star or whatnot. You know their tendencies and what they're going to do, and they should know the playbook. So it's a little different, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, but overall, like I said, the score wasn't what we wanted. But I did like a lot of effort. There's a lot of positive. We're heading in the right direction.
So let's move forward. You've got a bye week this week. Week 2, you're off. That seems early.
Yeah, and it's our conference. We got 10 teams in our conference, and we start conference play week 3, and you go straight through. So always conference or non-conference game is going to be either week 1 or week 2. Next year we play week 2. Our open week is going to be week 1. It's going to be a little bit different. So,
do you like that it's that early?
No, I want it week 4, 5, or 6. But it's what the conference puts out. So,
but would you prefer it after a loss like that or after a win?
This year, with so many young guys, it's a good timing. We got the first game in. Now we can go back to the lab, work on our technique, work on the fundamentals, and try to become a better football team. If it was an older team, I'd rather play right away.
You talk about back to the lab, working on fundamentals. What are you guys working on this week? We're not going to go too far into Mary Hardin Baylor.
No.
We got next week to preview that. So let's talk about what's going on during this bye week.
Yeah, we did 3-on-3s. We work on getting tough. 1-on-1s, we did it inside. We make sure we line up correctly. Learn how to tackle. We worked on tackling yesterday. Worked on turnover circuit. So that's what we're doing. It's still like camp. You're trying to improve the program.
Now you got the home game, obviously, against Mary Hardin Baylor, so you don't have to worry about the travel. How does not traveling once you hit game week change everything?
You get an extra day practice on your at Jackson Field. You don't have the bus ride, and our bus ride this past weekend was a nightmare. I tell you right now, going out there, one of the alternators on the bus went out, so we got to swap buses in El Paso. But going out to Tucson, that's where we practice, and then getting to Phoenix was perfect. After the game, we get on the bus, we're driving back, and actually the offensive bus, which was the second bus, they had a blowout. They blew 2 tires, blew the whole quarter panel out. Luckily they're professional drivers, because if we didn't have that, we might have been on the front page of ESPN or something bad. So fortunately, no one got hurt. It wound up being a 7-hour delay. We had the defense sleeping in a subway at a truck stop. We had to take the defensive bus, pick up the offensive guys, bring them back. It took 2 hours to get the tires fixed. Once the tires got fixed, then they realized the brake line was gone. So we had to get another bus from Phoenix. So like I said, so we were hanging out, I think it's Benson, Arizona. I think that's the town, for about almost 6 hours. We didn't get back Sunday night to 8:30. thank goodness we didn't have school on Monday because
Yeah.
you know, if you had all these little bumps, you know, whatever the issues with travel, it was good. It was on Labor Day weekend, I guess. So you know, we really didn't have practice Monday, didn't have class on Monday, so those kids got the rest. But that's the life of small college football, you know, or any small college athletics. You're going to have bus issues. I've been there every program, you know, from water, fuel pumps going out to AC going out, you know, that's part of it. You know, it's just thank goodness we were with it's all aboard company and they can get us a bus.
Right.
You know, if it was our own bus, I don't know what we'd do.
Yeah.
We could still be in Arizona. I don't know.
Well, besides all that and the bus fiasco, how was the trip?
I mean, the game was miserable because they outscored us, but not happy with that. But overall, it was pretty smooth. You know, like I said, we practiced in Pima College. Got to the hotel. We had a nice hotel, Embassy Suites.
Yeah.
You know, Saturday morning we got to rest a little bit because it was a night game, being 7 o'clock, and you know, everything is perfect. It went smooth. You know, Billy Lax is our first trainer. We just talked about it this morning. He said it couldn't be a more perfect organized trip than we had, except for the tire blowout.
So you and Coach Carroll can swap stories about that because I know he had one little bus fiasco last year as well. So
it's tough, you know, and it's, you know, Saul Ross is always going to travel. You know, we don't have the budget to fly, but you know, I'd rather had a tire go out than an engine go out on an airplane. So I don't know, pick your poison on that. But anyhow, it is what it is. You just kind of roll with it.
Well, I guess I can only ask this now because we're heading close to game week, obviously. But is there anything in the next day or two that you will do in preparation for Mary Hardin Baylor that you won't do next week?
We're just breaking it down. They play Saturday. They play Albright up in Pennsylvania. I'll probably watch the game online if they have a good, you know, hope they're good as Glenn and we get a great footage of their streaming.
We can only hope.
Yep. But, you know, otherwise we get the film on Sunday, just break it down. They got a lot of new faces. I mean, they got some studs in some spots. Number 10, TJ Jose, the receiver, he's there. But just look on the internet, they're All-American preseason defensive player of the year just quit the team. They're linebacker. They're Mike Backer. But I'm sure they got another stud behind them. They're going to be a good team. I mean, you don't go to back-to-back national championships without a good team. So, but they graduated a lot of guys. They graduated 3 guys on the offensive line. They're going to have a new quarterback. Obviously, the kid transferred in from Mount Union. He lost his job at Mount Union, so he's coming to Mary Hardin Baylor, I guess, to maybe finish his career out. They got a real good running back coming back. They got the receiver. They got a couple D linemen. You know, they had some studs really graduate on the D line, but there's another kid that's there that was supposed to go to Southern Miss, went to a JUCO, and now he's there. We'll see what he's like. So
Ross head football coach John Pierce, never short on words, and that is A-OK. Coach, thanks for joining us for Coach's Clipboard number 2. You can have the pen.
Thank you, sir. All righty.